Men of Reddit, what myth about men is 100% untrue and infuriates you when you hear it? I hate when I hear from someone when I have my kids and my wife is working that I'm babysitting. It drives me insane. I don't babysit. I'm raising my kids. I'm not a volunteer or a hired hand. Ugh. I'll never understand the very common belief that men can't or refuse to care for children. I was a single dad for a while. The amount of women, strangers, who assumed I was unable to dress, feed or take my daughter to the toilet annoyed me. The other side of it was I got a lot of welcome help from female friends and colleagues. Loads of girls' clothes, toys, etc. My biggest annoyance though was the institutionalized sexism. I had complaints about taking my daughter to a mum and baby group, mum and baby swimming, mum and baby anything. I was only allowed in mum and baby swimming when I threatened to speak with a lawyer regarding sexual discrimination and take my story to the papers. The sexual discrimination lawyer wouldn't deal with me. Only women. I've been the only man at every baby group I've been to and haven't had a single word said about it aside from a couple of "it's lovely to see a dad here" comments. This is in the UK. I do get a lot of "where's mum today? Giving mum a rest? Are you in charge today?" comments when I'm out and about though, mainly from older women. That we only tell women our feelings to coerce them into bed. Like, wow, how new and amazing this relationship is. I'm so glad I found you. That is uncomfortable vulnerability, not some sort of plot. To coerce them into or that sex is something men take from women. That it is something women hold and give out to men. Instead of thinking of sex as something enjoyable that both partners want to do together. It is this weird game. Looks like it's more culture specific, being with a father figure by mother/grandma. Like if you messed up or misbehave, if your dad finds out, you'll be in trouble. Worst cases, when dad is told the story in a way that he gets angry and fulfills those threats. It wasn't only in my case. Most of the guys I've been talking with had the same case. Like, WTF. My mom was like this. The funny part was, when she did tell my dad, he'd look at her and say, "Did you take care of it already?" Asking if she already disciplined my brother or I. She'd say yes. So he'd be all, "Oh, okay." Apostrophe. That men have to be brave and strong all the time. I love being the little spoon in bed with my so. Nothing makes me feel safer and calmer than having her wrap her arms around me and cuddle in. This whole be a man shtick that leads guys to internalize their problems and marinate in their own issues and neglect their mental health drives me nuts. It took me a long time to find female friends just so I'd feel comfortable talking about my depression and get advice on how to get the help I need. If I did not, I would without a doubt be dead right now. I stamp this thinking out wherever I can find it. It was almost the death of me. One of my coworkers struggles with this line of thinking. We started telling him to be a bro. Brothers get shit done, but they also sit down with you and talk cause brothers take care of brothers. And brothers ask for help cause no bro wants his bro getting hurt. Turned the whole shift into a gender neutral bromance and it's been pretty fun so far. So from a lady bro to my bro here. Hope you're doing better. My wife is going to earn 1.5-2x as much as me when she's done with her study. So I'm gonna work for 2 to 3 days and take care of the kids when she's done. People act like I'm a traitor to the whole male race and that I'm crazy of being a half stay-at-home dad. Maybe I like to stay at home to spend time with my kids. Men can't multitask. Every time I hear that, I have to stop what I'm doing so I can get angry at it. Thank you to all who upvoted and thank you even more to the kind souls who thought this worthy of the gold and silver. LMAO. But actually no one's really a good multitasker. We all just think we are. Mythbusters tested it, I think. Edit. Thank you. Now this is my best post. With "I'm the best" you come to in second. In fact, the research indicates that there is no such thing as multitasking. Doing tasks simultaneously, as people understand it. We are actually switch tasking, switching quickly between multiple tasks, and no one is good at it. Source, link, google.com/am/s/www psychologitoday.com/us/blog/creativity without borders/201,405/THE-MYTH-MULTITASKING% 3FAMP. Alternative link to the article for continuity. Link. psychologitoday.com/us/blog/creativity without borders/201,405/The myth multitasking. Conclusion. If you want to concentrate and complete a task effectively, put your ducking smartphone away. Edit. Thanks for all the karma, folks. Lots of folks are kind of saying sure that I can do these two things, which is cool. However, I don't think it's really so black and white, because there's some question about what constitutes a task. I'm not sure autonomic functions, like pooping and breathing, would constitute a task. Also, apparently there's something called supertasking that fighter pilots and helicopter pilots do, which sounds rad. This interview from NPR's Science Friday link. NPR. /2013/05/10/182,861,382/The myth of multitasking addresses a lot of the comments. Whether you think you can multitask or not, it's worth a read or a listen. And if you're reading this on a toilet, I hope everything comes out okay. That all black guys are hung, all Asians are small, and all white guys are average. Completely not true. There's a wide spectrum for everyone. Hung Asians, teeny black guys, whatever. That if we like children, but don't have children of our own, we're automatically given at the very least a little grilling, if not straight out asked if we're a pedophile. I like dogs too, for pretty similar reasons. Nobody ever asks me if I'm a dog ducker. Are you a dog ducker? Well, thank you for asking. No, I'm not. Well, at least not anymore. Surprisingly bitty. Daughter to a single dad here. There was this myth I discovered when I was young. It's something almost all my female friends were told, but thankfully not me. The myth is a belief that there are such things as girl business where only your mom or other older females in the family should help you with. As the only girl in the house growing up, my dad helped me understand and deal with a great many girl business problems. Meanwhile, all my friends had their moms to handle it for them. When my friends found out my dad was sort of in charge of handling those with me, they were shocked. They asked me why I didn't have an aunt or grandma to help instead. Well, my aunts all live at least 10 hours away, and grandma is even further. I began to realize over the years that there might actually be negative side effects to this girl's only way of thinking. Sure, having another female assist you with those issues might be less awkward and embarrassing, but there's already an inherent awkwardness and embarrassment associated with it. Learning to overcome the embarrassment is part of growing up and accepting your body. Furthermore, I have since grown up and began studying psychology and done some research into this further for my studies. I'd have to do a more in-depth and wide-reaching survey and analysis to come to findings I'd be comfortable with being peer-reviewed. But I have a theory that the girls-only mentality causes relationship issues later in life. Young girls grow up thinking that there are some aspects of womanhood men not only don't understand but can't understand. It makes them not only less trusting of male partners, but also keeps them from seeing men as equals when it comes to parenting. Sure, if you're a mom of a young girl, there's no reason for you to not continue helping her with all the complex feminine issues she's going through. Just be careful not to make her think her dad doesn't empathize or understand too. Don't make him this distant third party who will never get it, or someone who should not be involved because he has a penis. That's the same toxic female attitude that causes soccer moms to call the cops on a dad when he takes his daughter to the park to play. Men can parent too, and they are surprisingly good at raising young girls on their own. Edit #1. Thank you to the guys who have sent PMs to say thanks, and to the few who asked for some advice, I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for the gold. Edit #2. Thanks to everyone for the awards. I'm shocked at how big this has become since I posted it. I will reply to all the award givers in time, but I'm in my phone right now. Thank you again. My father was a great single dad to my sister Hoss mother. Unfortunately, chose not to participate in her daughter's life for the majority of it. Thank you for saying this. He has gotten no end of unkind looks, comments, and assumptions that bother him so much that it has brought him to tears. The ones that matter no. But this world does not appreciate single dads raising young ladies like they should. Thank you. Again. The ones that matter no. But this world does not appreciate single dads raising young ladies like they should. Hear hear. I knew a few families growing up where the father was a single parent. They were always treated like lost puppies with the other moms. Oh poor Chuck. His wife ran off to become a lesbian and now he has to parent all alone. Like it's some sort of terrible burden. While single moms were strong and independent women who should be respected for their sacrifice. Parenting is hard. Parenting alone is harder. Why are we making this about gender? That we are all not interested in or incapable of being involved in the planning of our weddings. I cannot tell you how many comments like remember. It's her day, not yours. I received during the 2-year lead up to our wedding. I'm not going to lie to you and say I'd been looking forward to getting married since I was 12 or something, but I took an active interest together with my wife in the planning of our wedding. It's not my day, it's hers. Duck that. It was our day. We planned it together. Her vision definitely brought it all together and she did a ducking astounding job. But she didn't just make decisions on her own. We talked together about and worked together on every single thing involved in the event, and we were both ecstatic with how it turned out. It turned out beautifully. I try not to toot my own horn very often, but I never thought the best party I'd ever go to would end up being my own. My own parents, who are in an incredible, cooperative, supportive, happy married relationship, and are the best parents I could have possibly asked for. For the record, gave me grief about this sort of thing when I was telling them that when I get married, I want a smaller, not exorbitantly expensive wedding. They both, especially my dad, insisted that my hypothetical fiance would be the one calling all the shots. Now that I type it out, I have to wonder if that's them perpetuating the stereotype or calling me spineless. Smaller is the way to go. The current wedding industry is ducking predatory with the amount of money they expect a relatively new couple to spend on what is ultimately a glorified party. Financial issues are a prime reason why people get divorced, and what does our society do? Immediately saddle the new couple with a huge financial burden because it's expected. Duck that shit. I probably don't want to duck you. It's usually a decision figuring out if I actually want to sleep with you, even if I'm already interested. Although promoting ourselves as Captain Horndog makes us look cool to other guys, so a lot of dudes do that, or fear desperate. I can think a woman's attractive without wanting to duck them. That's always been true, even as a teenager. Men just wait around for a woman to inform them that they are now dating. I'm not trying to claim that women come up to me in bars especially often, but on the rare times they do, there is a definite sense of, I'm under no obligation to actually attract you as a mate. I exist and am female, and therefore by default you want to date me. Once, when I tried to politely decline, the woman chastised me in the bar for 5 minutes demanding to know what my excuse was, what reason I could give her. She simply assumed that the default was that I, as a man, want to date any woman, and that I have to justify not being attracted to a specific one. Had a woman approach me in a bar the other night, and about a minute into conversation I let her know very matter of fact that I needed to be somewhere, so I wasn't hanging around. She just stopped and said, "You don't fancy me?" I said, "Sorry, I've got to go." Crosses my mind now just how confused she looked. I once had a woman follow me home to find out where I lived in, and let herself in uninvited while screaming that no one was allowed to turn her down. Not flattering. Just because I have a dick and you have a vagina doesn't mean I'm trying to get in your pants. I want friends just like anyone else. But when I try to talk to people like my guy friends, they assume I'm trying to date them. No. I just like asking my friends how they were, because I hate people who only talk to you when they want something. So I talk to everyone as a show of you are my friend, not the services you offer. Just because I have a dick and you have a vagina doesn't mean I'm trying to get in your pants. I was at a festival recently and offered a chick some water since it was hot AF out. Her friend stormed up to me and screeched she has a boyfriend. Without saying a word I turned, looked at her, and pointed to the 3 different rainbow objects on my body, then to my husband standing next to me. She looked like oh fuck. A few minutes later the girl I offered water to came up and apologized to me over it. That was the first time I had ever even remotely experienced something like that. But your statement is so true. Somehow, me offering water to someone when it's like 90 outside means I want to duck them. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.